was really hard for me to separate getting my Chromebooks with a presentation for this class because it was all kind of coincided, ran together, whatever you want to say. So we got our Chromebooks the week before we got out for Christmas, and Al and Heather came over. We just set those things up, got the kids in, and just immediately started exploring everything. The kids thought they were in heaven. We went to Google Classroom pretty much right away. We decided to put them in typing club to work on keyboarding skills, which they need. And in 6th grade, some of us still need to know how to make a capital letter. So that was kind of interesting to me. One of the first things that we did with our brand new Chromebooks was from the story Hatchet, we wrote a Diamante, and this was for open house, and they just I put some of these on the in a Google slideshow to show for parents that night. After we read Hatchet, the kids all loved that book. I put their assignments in Google Classroom, and it was a while ago, so it's kind of down on down here. But the first thing they did was to do research with a buddy, and they paired up with the same topic, and they created, or I actually had it in here for them, but they had a research buddy, and they worked together after they did that, they, my Gretchen Burnaby fans, the next thing they did was then it was individual for the next part, because the next part was to write their kernel essay. And here's an example of a kernel essay. And this was, I just put this generic form into the classroom for them, and then they filled it out according to their topic. Oops, that's what I want to be. So then the next thing was to write their research report, which they did. And they did a good job. And just like I've heard several times today, because we're doing it on the computer, it's not really work. You know, so those kids who are reluctant writers, and we have so many of those, it seems like every single year. But even our reluctant writers are more than willing to give it a shot. Now in 6th grade, we use that kernel essay, and each kernel turns into a paragraph. But in 6th grade, I'm not sure in 4th, and I know your kids don't like this, some of them still don't want to write very much. So one of the cool things is in tools, they can go here and find their word count. And so I know it's not a good thing to focus on word count, but in the lesson that we had about adding details and, you know, how to flesh out your composition, the word count helped with that, because if they didn't have enough, then they would go back to these to that lesson and figure out what to do from there. So we all had a nice research report. Everybody did a good job. Once the research report was over, the next thing they did, I took Casey's advice and created this tic-tac-toe document. And they had a choice of 3 mini projects to do. So there's their little choices, which they loved this part of it. The poster, let me show you that. Well, I'll just show it to you here. And they were all done with linking their posters together. Then we linked them to their faces in Google Drive. And I did that I did that just by inserting a text box over their face and turned it transparent, and added the link to that transparent text box. And so when I click on Miranda's, there is her project, and one of the choices was a song, and there is Miranda's song, and it's sung to the tune of "If You're Happy and You Know It." So there's that. So they did have a lot of fun with that.
Published it as a site instead of as a document?
Yes, yes, and not all of us.
As a page?
Yes. Anyway, that was a really. Every single day has been a learning experience for me and my kids, and I know that Patsy, Heather, Al, Pat, I could name 14 other people, are sick of me asking questions that I can't find on Google. But the kids have and I have so many expert kids now. I have one little kid in first period. He'll say, "Oh, Ms. Rector, you know how you did this?" Yes. Well, here's another way to do it. And that's his goal, is to find another way to do it, which I think is just fabulous.
Because then he teaches you.
And absolutely. Me and everyone else. And so that's good. Now I've lost my project here. There we go. Then at the very end of it, they did their presentation. And so we would pull it up on the Promethean board, and here's Ethan. And he is sharing his, from the tic-tac-toe board, his newspaper report. So he goes and clicks on his face, clicks on the part he wants to share. Oops. What'd I do? I have too many things open here. I have Ryan. He's a type guy, so he did another Diamante poem. So here he is. I don't know if you could hear him or not. What I liked about his was the way he explained how moose and dog were opposites for his poem, because the moose was evil in the book and the dog was helpful. So that was pretty cute. And then here's Bryce, who did a song. He's the only one who wrote a song and sang it. He did some interesting things with his fonts, too. He's not a great singer, but he did it anyway. It was fabulous. Yeah, he was proud of it. Yeah, he did a great job. In fact, they all did. It was a really a good thing. And just to finish up, there's some pictures of the kids using the Chromebooks, but it's just really been a fabulous experience.